Hey guys, in this video I wanted to share with you my thoughts on a tweet I saw the other day, or actually this past week. The tweet was essentially from this main account, or this random account, that essentially tweeted in the caption said the 20 books you need to read by the time you finish your 20s or in your 20s. And it was a picture of all these books, and if you were to guess, you're probably right. Most of these books were all in the self-help, personal development category, and a mixture of maybe some small number of fiction books and a lot of autobiographies from famous entrepreneurs and businessmen. But I did see from a lot of the followers I follow and some of the people I saw quote tweeting that tweet, there was actually a lot of vitriol and a lot of comments and a lot of discussion about the damage those books actually do to people. User just basically tweeted that you should stay away from these books at all costs. Do not read them for your own mental health. And to my surprise, when I was reading that, I felt inherently a bit biased towards the self-help genre and the self-help personal development books, because at least for me, when I read these books in high school and college and even now, these books have provided me a ton of value in my own life through personally with helping me out in my career growth, but also helping me grow as a person, develop better relationships, and just see the world in a different point of view. A lot of them also said that this inherent need for self-development and needing to grow and continue to grow and personally develop yourself is also a byproduct of the bad cases of capitalism. And I thought that was very interesting, because I think a lot of people, when I did read those tweets, I was like, why wouldn't you find any value in these books? Because to me, they provided me a ton of value throughout my high school, college, and even now life. But a lot of people personally feel like when they read, they don't want to be reading self-development or self-help books because they feel like it's oversaturated. It's just filled with a bunch of nonsense and just a little get rich quick schemes. And I was surprised a lot of people hated the book Atomic Habits, The Compound Effect, Think and Grow Rich. Pretty much like all the famous books out there, a lot of people had big disagreements with them. I personally feel like self-help books are worth it, and they are worth reading, because even though a lot of the ideas, and if you read like a ton of self-help books, you probably understand this as well. When you read a ton of these books, there is a lot of overlapping of ideas, opinions, and kind of the big general ideas, they tend to overlap. And yeah, sure, maybe you may not get all the information from it, but if you can just take one little piece of advice and run with it, I think that to me is worth the 3 hours, 4 hours you may spend reading the book. I also think self-help books are also really important to read, because I think they're a good way to kind of reinstate the mindset that you want to attract, or reinstate the ideas that you want to be attracting to your own life. Because I think, we all have a tendency to coast and kind of, let go of some of the teachings that we learn. But I think if you continue to read these books, or maybe read once a year, twice a year, 1 or 2 books every now and again, I think it's a good way to just reprime your brain to thinking in those habits or in those principles, and helping you achieve the success that you want. I will also say that there needs to be a balance. I think that these books are also really valuable, but I also think you can also fall in the trap of reading a ton of self-help books, maybe 30 a year, but never applying any of the teachings that you read. Instead, you're just kind of focused on, hey, I've read 10 self-help books, like why am I not any better? I think it's important to strike a balance where you are reading them for the information, but you're also applying them to your real life. And I think that balance is kind of like the consumption to creation ratio. You want to consume those books, but you also want to be in a mixture of creating or improving your life through those teachings that you're learning. And for me, I think my personal balance is I love reading the self-help development space, productivity space books, but I also do like reading fiction books. I mean, I'm a sucker for reading like good sci-fi fiction. And my final message is that essentially just don't care what anybody else says. If you get value from a self-help book, or if you've gathered value from a quote-unquote book that is considered toxic or not good for the overall mental space for everyone else, but if you've gotten one thing like positive from it, or if that book has helped change your life, then at the end of the day, everyone's gonna have opinion on something. Don't bother with those opinions. If you have and you've gotten success from those books or those ideas and teachings, then just run with it, and just continue doing what you're doing, because it's definitely helped you and it's helped a ton of other people as well. Don't let the opinions of others bog you down, because everyone's gonna have their opinion. Everyone's gonna want to bog you down, but as long as you keep steady and keep going, you're gonna live a successful life and a happy one. So thanks again for watching. Bye.